Okay, guys, now it's on to the 10 things I hate about my 2021 Jeep Gladiator Willys. The exhaust sounded like a Hyundai accent. It was, I don't know, it didn't even sound like a V6. It was easily the first thing I knew driving home from the dealer that I had to change. The bumpers, the bumpers are made of that same black plastic that fades in 2 months. And underneath it is this tiny little piece of sheet metal. I cannot imagine if I got into an accident with those bumpers from stock, how it would stop anything. Any accident would be an instant total, in my opinion, if it hit those bumpers. They're that flimsy. Uh, it makes zero sense. So the Willis edition, or Willys for everyone out there that wants to mispronounce the guy's name, um, they come with a mud terrain from mine was Firestone Destination. I think some of them have BF Goodrich. Those are pretty decent, although still small. But the ones that come on the sports and some of the other editions, they're just highway tires. And when I say highway tires, it's not even a truck tire in most cases. It's more like a light SUV tire. It doesn't make any sense for a vehicle that is a true four-wheel drive that's made to go off-road. The mud terrains make a little sense, but still they're kind of pizza cutter, tiny little donut tires. Um, it was definitely first on my list to start pricing out, looking into. Okay, back to the fading plastic. The My Jeep has a lot of blacked out areas, and those seem to be holding up just fine, like the name badges, um, the trail rated badge, things like that. However, the plastic over by the windshield wipers, the rubber around all the windows, it is super low quality in my opinion. I've had the Jeep for almost 2 years, 30,000 miles, and everything is fading. Um, I'll add some pictures here. So for the 2021 Gladiators, apparently there's an axle leak issue. I heard it's also for some of the JLs, the four-door JLs. From what I hear, they at the factory put the axle in on the passenger side at an angle and damaged the seal. I don't know how true that is, but definitely crawl under there and check your axles. If you have a 2020 or 2021 Gladiator, if one of your rear tire side, right behind the brake shield, is covered in grime or grease buildup, it's definitely an axle leak. Bring it to the dealer. They put a whole new axle in for free. So it wasn't hard to get the part installed. There was no argument at all. However, you know, kind of annoying. Hinge chips. The rear painted fenders have this clear protective layer on it. Meanwhile, these little hinges that kind of stick out of your body this much have no protective layer on it. Come on, Jeep. You couldn't afford a 2-inch strip of that protective layer and slap it on that painted hinge for us. Come on. All right. So I know I don't have a Rubicon and I don't have the fancy leather seats, and maybe they're better. But I got to tell you, these Willys Sport editions, and probably the Sport editions in general, the seats suck. Like after about an hour and a half, 2 hours, your back and your butt hurt. They're just low quality seats. I had a basic Ram pickup before that had way more comfortable seats. So you can't tell me this company doesn't know how to make comfy seats. It's 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 too bad that now I'm sitting here looking at $500 to $700 PRP seats just so that I can drive for more than 2 hours without feeling like I'm dying inside. Um, it's horrible. They're horrible seats. All right, the radio is small. It's probably a 4 inch, and The speakers, they're horrible. When you have the tops and doors off, you can't hear anything. I get it. I didn't pay the Rubicon Mojave price, so I didn't get the upgraded sound system. So that's on me. However, I don't understand why they offered this radio and speaker setup. It's pretty bad. Definitely on my list of things to mod. All right, the halogen headlamps shouldn't even be an option. My wife has the LED package in her JL, two-door JL, and it is like the sun. Like, I don't like driving in front of her at night because they're so bright. And then mine are the opposite. Like, I have to drive around everywhere with high beams on at night. It's it's mind blowing that a company could be so different in two different levels of options for headlamps. Like, I don't know. I Where's the happy medium, I guess. But yeah, on my list of things to modify, the infamous Jeep windshield cracks. You can't tell me that a company that sells this many vehicles of the same kind, the Gladiator JL, four-door JL, two-door, haven't figured out a way to strengthen that windshield or even offer the first two replacements on them when you crack it. Um, I believe my wife's was cracked in like the first 1,000 miles. I made it 30,000 miles, but I drive very little highways and I'm not really driving at times when there's tons of traffic. So I feel like I got lucky going 30,000 miles, but I mean, you got to do something about this, right, Jeep? I understand it's the design, but maybe sell it with a disclaimer saying you will break your windshield probably in the first couple thousand miles, and guess what? It's going to be a very expensive windshield. All right, guys, that's all the complaining I could possibly handle today. Sorry if this video was a downer to you. I love the vehicle, but I felt like I needed to do some justice and play the other card of 10 things that I hate about my Jeep. Um, that being said, I'm a Jeep person forever. I can't imagine owning any other vehicle, Jeep Wrangler or Jeep Gladiator. That's pretty much my the vehicle I'll be driving the rest of my life.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.